Last week we spoke about Dawn Butler. Do you remember that rap video? This week it's the turn of Suella Braverman. Look. Just awful. I just think that's so embarrassing. It's just, I mean, maybe you're watching that thinking, do you know what, I wasn't going to vote before, but now that I've seen that TikTok video, she is the one for me. I do have to just say, in that constituency where she's standing, which is Fareham and Waterlooville, you've got Suella Braverman, who is the Conservative candidate. You've got Kevin Chippendale-Higgin from Reform UK. You've got Edward Dean, Rejoin EU. Gemma Fernville from Labour. Bella Hewitt, the Liberal Democrats. Robert Holliday from Hampshire Independence. And Baz Marie from the Green Party. Do you like these kind of videos?
Well, I can understand that there'll be some candidates who feel they need to get a presence on something like TikTok.
Why?
Well, because it's where the younger demographic tends to be. And so these days, Facebook tends to be one for, an older demographic. So I understand why they do it, but I don't think they should. And, when I was press secretary to David Cameron, I strongly advised him not to go on Twitter. In those days, that was an early embryonic one. Some would choose to go on, some didn't. He didn't go on it for a while, and then he did eventually go on it. And I just think these formats don't really work for politicians. I think on Twitter, it's now become a sort of cesspit of hatred and ignorance, and it's just so poisonous. I think it's really, and I know they don't even call it Twitter anymore, but it's just not a good one. And TikTok, I just think it doesn't enable you to project a serious image, which is what politicians ultimately need to do.
Steve?
Well, I think all the other candidates you listed should have to do one as well, and we should get Simon Cowell to adjudicate on it.
Judge them. Would you ever do anything like that?
Well, I unfortunately was persuaded once to take part in a terrible singing competition, and if you ever heard me sing, you would realise what a terrible mistake it was. So much as I like to mock this, I have to confess I've fallen foul as well.
I just think it's so low rent, and it makes me feel sorry for us as a country, actually, that this is the kind of level that apparently serious politicians, and this is nothing against the individuals involved, by the way, but I think when you've got serious politicians and this is the way that they actually think that they can canvass and get support, I just find it quite a sad indictment on our political system and the people within it, quite frankly. Philip says, Michelle, I don't think anyone ever went into politics for the good of the public. Oh, you're a harsh man. Il says, Michelle, we've got clowns for politicians now, and it shames Britain. Goodness me, you're a harsh person. Anyone that you like that's an MP or was an MP or not? Alessa says, I'm a young person and I see the vision, but I was not convinced by those kind of videos. They are cringe, she says. There you go. Look, that's all I've got time for.